What's up, duelists? RBET4 is this weekend, July 30th and the 31st. Of course, if you guys want to enter, it's free to enter. It's in the FL Discord. There's an invite to that in the description below. RBET is a really big Edison tournament, usually like a regional size tournament. There's going to be prizes. Winners, or not winners, the top 8 gets invite to the RBET Invitational at the end of the year. You guys don't want to miss it. It's going to be streamed live here on this channel too, so even if you can't play in the event, definitely subscribe so you don't miss that live stream. It's going to be hype as hell. It's going to be a lot of fun. Of course, these last 2 weeks leading up to it, every single day I've been uploading with the decks that I think are the best decks in the format. The decks that I think are going to be decks you should pay attention to when thinking about entering RBET4. Today, I'm going to be talking about this dragon list. Actually, 2 different dragon lists. I'm going to show you this one and another one. This one is pretty standard version of this type of dragon list. You've got your 6 payoff monsters, and then you've got a bunch of like littler dragon monsters that can kind of open up the position and help you get to a point where your bigger dragon monsters can take over the game. There's a few notable techs in this list, most notably, of course, my body as a shield, but also, this debris dragon. I'm trying out debris dragon. Bring back totem dragon mid-game. You can make a 1-card iron chain, which is actually pretty decent in some matchups. You don't always want it. And then another reason I have the Debris Dragon in my body as a shield is because Hero Beat for this deck is a very bad matchup. Debris Dragon helps you wall out against Hero Beat. They need some, tools to get over a 2000 defender. And then my body as a shield can help you against Hero Blast and Gemini Spark, which are both cards that give this deck trouble. In the sideboard, we've got a bunch of new tech. We've got Soul Taker for frogs and fairies. This helps remove Christia, Dialk without their effect, Dupe Frog without their effect. It makes them miss timing, basically. And then, of course, we've got Skill Drain, another tech. Return from the Different Dimension, another tech. These are cards I'm trying out in lieu of Rivalry of the Warlords, or Rivalry of Warlord. I don't know what that card's called. Anyway, Rivalry got nerfed recently thanks to a discovered ruling, so I'm just trying out a few different cards. I might go back to Rivalry even with the nerf, because Rivalry in some matchups, like particularly against Quick Draw, it's actually quite threatening, even with the nerfs. But in some cases, I think it's better to have Skill Drain. I mean, Skill Drain against Quick Draw is going to be just as good, right? It's going to do similar things. And then, of course, for Hero Beat, we've got the 2 Cyber Dragons and the 2 DD Crows. We're going to be doing stuff like siding out our Totem Dragon and siding out maybe our Yamada Dragon against Hero Beat, and then bringing in these 4 cards to help deal with Hero Blast, deal with Miracle Fusion, that kind of thing. That deck can give this deck a problem, and I think it's part of the reason why this deck has fallen off is because more and more people are playing Absolute Zero decks. And as you know, Drago locks out lights and darks, but it doesn't lock out waters. So Miracle Fusion is a big problem for this deck. A lot of what the gameplay is going to be like is seeing how we can deal with that. Of course, we got the 2 Royal Oppressions. We've got a few ways like Brain Control to maybe steal a game against it, but we got to be careful of it. That's why we're maining the Prime Material Dragon as well. And the second list I want to show you guys is a list I'm probably going to be also playing in this video. It's a little bit more top heavy. It's got 7 tribute monsters instead of 6. We are maining 1 Light and Darkness. It's also got 3 copies of Totem Dragon, as well as 2 Phoenix Wing Windblast. Phoenix Wing Windblast in this deck is pretty good. You can discard Totem Dragon or Wyvern and, not really feel the effects of the discard. And then, of course, it helps you play through back row and deal with certain things and get an early advantage pretty easily. If you're able to Phoenix Wing Windblast, discard a Totem Dragon, then bring out an early Yamada Dragon, you can crush a lot of people that way. You can deal some pretty significant mental damage. The sideboard is similar, except instead of the 2 DD Crows, we've got a Drago in the board, and then we've got the 2nd Royal Oppression down here as well, to sort of come in the matchups where we need those cards more often. I think this list is higher variance, but it is a little bit more fun. I do like Phoenix Wing Windblast as a card, and I do like summoning big dragons, so we're going to be alternating between these 2 lists today in the video. If you guys aren't already subscribed, go ahead and do that right now. Just do it. Just do it right now. Just do it. Just subscribe. Trying to hit 5,000. Actually, big question for you guys. Big question for you guys. What should I do at 5,000 subscribers? I want to do something cool. I'm not sure what I want to do, but what should I do at 5,000 subscribers? Oh, we're going to play against Blab. Blab's actually really good at this game. He top 8'd one of the RBETs. This is a really high profile match. But yeah, let me know in the comments below what you guys want to see at 5,000 subscribers. That's coming up very soon. It's right around the corner, so let me know what I should do for that sort of thing. Okay, I'm going to be picking paper against Blab. There we go. Going first against Blab. Now, I know he top 8'd with Quick Draw, but I also know that he has another deck he's been testing for RBET4. I wonder if he's playing that today. Our opening hand is not great, but it's also not bad. And Drago really makes it solid. Because we're going to be able to normal Drago, set bottomless, set trap dust shoot, end phase reveal prime material, and just be in a great position to take over this game. I'm going to be able to dust shoot their opening hand, see what they got going on. Let's see what they got. They've got Evil Guy. Don't care about him. Diva, don't care much about that. And then, of course, Rhoda, which can find, I'm assuming, Stratos. Brain control is the biggest issue out of this hand, so I have to take Diva. We have to take the Diva, because I don't want them to synchro with our Drago. So we're going to take Diva. They're going to have Wind Blast, Frog, Rhoda, Evil Guy, and Brain. They can still Brain to kill our Drago, but at least it's like a 1-for-1 trade instead of them getting a big synchro monster that we have to deal with out of it. There's also some consideration to letting them have Diva to summon Diva and then, you know, synchro with this and it turns on our bottomless trap hole, but I'd rather just have the bottomless trap hole be live for longer. Plus, he might not know that he can Brain the Drago and kill it in the end phase by not revealing a dragon. That might not be something that Blab knows. He might even be typing right now in the chat whether or not he can do that. Yeah, that's exactly what's happening. I'm inside this guy's head. You can choose. You can choose. Good thing I am kind with Blab here. Normally I would not tell someone, but Blab's the homie. Blab's the homie. All right, he's gonna Brain it. I'm gonna give him the Drago. We're gonna go ahead and take 1900, and that's that. Little unfortunate we didn't set our Book of Moon, but what can you do? What can you do? He should have probably Rota'd for Stratos first. Because now if he Rotas for Stratos, he loses his Brain into Torrential, which is, in my opinion, kind of not good for him. Bad sequencing. He got a little too ahead of himself. Also, he loses both into Mirror Force, which is not ideal. Yep, he's missing out on damage because he didn't summon the Stratos first, I think. For sure. For sure. Given his hand, what does he have? Wind Blast? Wind Blast can hit one of our back rows. That can be really bad if we don't find another monster soon. That's going to be the biggest problem. There's Rhoda, that's fine. That finds Stratos, that's fine. So this is most likely a Diva Hero variant or some type of Diva Hero deck. Unfortunately, our Drago's going to die to Brain Control. That's just the worst possible situation for us. I should have maybe bottomless the Stratos, but I don't know. Call of the Haunted is kind of exactly what we needed. I'm going to set 4 because I know their hand. So we're just going to do that and pass. If they want to blind Wind Blast something, they can. I'm cool with that. Actually, I might force them to Wind Blast the call right now by activating it. And then if they want to Wind Blast this, we'll draw it next turn at the very least. And then we'll have access to our Drago. He could Wind Blast this. He's still got Treeborn Frog, Malicious, Evil Guy, and a card we don't know. So his hand's a bunch of like shitty cards. No cap. If he wants to Wind Blast this, he has to do it now. Okay. He's not going to do it now. Okay. Interesting. Interesting that he chooses not to Wind Blast this now. Because now we have access to like book on our guy to protect Wind Blast on Call of the Haunted. Gold Sarcophagus. That's the draw for turn. Okay, so he's playing the deck that he sent me. I'm not going to leak too much information about his deck, but I do know the entire list because he sent it to me. And that's another reason why I told him the ruling earlier is because I'm playing him at an unfair advantage knowing his whole list. And so I might as well just... We're testing his friends. This game is testing his homies. He's going to search for Caius the Shadow Monarch. That's not ideal into this position because he has to remove the Drago to really be able to force this through. And there's not a great way for him to do all that outside of... Well, I guess if that's the Treeborn Frog, then it's fine. Alright, so the plan is we attack over Stratos and the set monster. So I'm going to normal Debris. We're going to go to battle phase. Debris is going to attack the set monster. Oh, I should have attacked Stratos first because I have book. They're going to let that happen. I'm going to attack Stratos with the Drago. They're going to take 100 here. If they were going to Wind Blast the call or something, they would have done it last turn. Yeah, exactly. So now they have some options to Wind Blast things this turn. But I think we're okay. I mean, like, they have Malicious Evil Guy, which they can't special the Evil Guy. They have an Unknown card, and they have a Wind Blast. They're getting Caius next turn. Oh, I was supposed to reveal. But he already knew I had this, so. But yeah, definitely want to choose to reveal there. What else is going on? Yeah, I mean, I guess he Wind Blasts the call. He specials Evil Guy. Sacks for Caius. Banishes the Debris. We chain Bottomless. And then we top deck call again. And then we're in the same position. So I think we're all right. He has to Wind Blast to get access to his Treeborn Frog anyway. So I think we're actually in a decent spot. Wyvern is a good draw too. Because that's just more pressure right now. I think we just start to apply more pressure. This is exactly how the Dragon deck wants to look, with lots and lots of big monsters hitting the opponent for a lot of damage. And then at the end of the game, you have cards like Brain Control and Red Med to sort of force through the last points of damage, even through Gores thanks to Drago. So now that Blab is in this position where he's taken this amount of damage, he's actually going to be struggling quite a bit to keep up with our deck here. He has to Wind Blast now in the draw phase if he wants to bring back his Treeborn Frog and get a free tribute for Caius. But if he's going to Wind Blast like something like the Call of the Haunted, then that's probably fine for him anyway. He maybe should have thought about Gold Sarking for, I don't know, Heavy Storm or something. Just because if you use the Wind Blast to keep the pressure off and then you have a repeatable Treeborn Frog as a blocker, you're actually not in that bad of a spot. So here's the Wind Blast. This is going to target... question mark... probably random back row. Okay. Interesting. The first back row is the one they targeted. Maybe playing around Heavy Storm. They're going to Typhoon the Call of the Haunted. Now I could book my Drago here, but I'd rather just save the book for, you know, interrupting a synchro play. Standby phase, they're going to bring back Treeborn Frog, and they're also going to add Caius from their banish to their hand. So they have one Caius, which can clear one of our monsters. And then we have one Bottomless still, which can trade with that. And then they have two cards to our... two cards, I believe. We are going to chain Bottomless Trap Hole here. They're going to lose their Caius, as well as their normal summon. Now they're actually in a really tough spot because Prime Material Dragon's coming down for lethal. Here's the Malicious as a blocker, which, respectable, but, you know, defensive Malicious isn't quite going to cut it here unless they have specifically Emergency Teleport. No, they don't have it. Okay. So now we can sack Debris for Prime Material. Brain Control is gone, which is one of the ways they could have outed Prime Material Dragon. And I'm going to attack over the Malicious. We are in an interesting spot where I actually don't think we set the Bottomless. I think we just pass. Because we need a way to protect ourselves from Dark Arm Dragon, I believe. Well, I guess they could have Caius too. A little hasty on clicking his main phase. Not going to be a dick about it, but got to be careful about clicking through your phases there in tournament, RBET4 especially. Here's Gold Sarcophagus. That's going to be a little bit slow for him, but it can find him something. If we don't find another monster, it's going to be hard for us to force through lethal by the time he's able to do something. If he has another Caius, that's really tough because we don't have the Bottomless set. But it's specifically another Caius. He would have had to top deck one on the last two turns. And if he had Caius, he wouldn't have Gold Sarked for it that one turn. We know Gold Sark is one of the top decks. Looks like he's searching for another Caius. Understandable, but potentially a little too slow. Oh, never mind. There's another set monster. That's got to be the evil guy. I'm assuming there's Torrential Tribute. That's actually a pretty good draw. Let's go ahead and attack over the set monster that isn't the recurring one, of course. Oh, it's Mystic Tomato. Wow, okay, so he mixed this up a little bit. This is going to be able to grab him a tuner like Krebins, which could be fucking annoying to deal with. Yeah, that could be really annoying. That Treeborn Frog's annoying. Mystic Tomato, pretty good draw. Pretty good draw for the opponent. It's also going to get them to 3 darks, provided what they get dies. He's thinking here. He could grab Sangan, he could grab Krebins, he could grab Spear Reaper if he plays it. Armageddon Knight. This could send Plague. That's okay. I don't mind that so much because Armageddon Knight is whatever the thing is. What is the word? Okay, so if he stacks for Plague, he can make Black Rose. But I can negate the Black Rose effect with Prime. So I set bottomless now and then I pass. He should have Gold Target for Heavy Storm, I think. Yeah, if he stacks for Plague, then we have bottomless to deal with the Synchro Monster, depending on what he makes. If he makes Black Rose, we can negate the effect with Prime Mat. If he makes Black Rose and doesn't activate and tries to trade, we can either choose to book it or whatever. We're struggling to find the last few points of damage here, though. We need something like a Red Eyes Darkness Metal or, I don't know, Future Fusion to really put us over the top. But we haven't had a great series of draws in the last few turns. And that's kind of the issue with the Dragon deck, is there's no, like, middle game, like, gasoline card. There's no card I can just top deck that's going to be like, oh, shit, without Totem Dragon Engrave. If we don't have a Totem Dragon Engrave, then, you know, it makes things a little bit more difficult. Oh, they top deck the Caius. That's fucking incredible. Okay. Well, I guess we got a bottomless that. Yeah, unfortunate, but that's just the case. We're going to take damage here. Damn, that sucks. All 3 Caiuses. That's tough. That's actually one of the worst things they could have drawn for us, I think. Because now all our pressure is just gone. Like, just absolutely gone. And if we top deck Red Med now, it's completely dead card. Fuck me, man. They could stack for Plague, but then we just book the Plague and then set Torrential and we should be okay. Yeah, I think that's the plan. Unfortunately, if we Torrential the Plague after it's booked, it'll go back to the grave. It won't get banished, but we can't really afford to do anything else. He's really thinking here. I don't know what you're thinking about. Okay, they're just going to attack with Armageddon Knight. That's fine. Main phase 2, they can set the evil guy if they want to. I don't know why you'd want to. I feel like you'd want the card in hand. Oh, they're going to stack for Plague now. I'll book it now. I don't want to have to deal with, like, whatever. Goyo Guardian. Okay, there's Mask Dragon. We can crash that into Armageddon Knight. Go get Totem, run over Plague. I like that, actually. Let's do that. That's not a bad draw here. Let's do this. Mask Dragon's going to crash. That's going to go get Totem Dragon. And then Totem Dragon's going to run over the Plague. And Torrential's going to pretty much guarantee that our Totem Dragon goes to the graveyard, which is actually kind of nice. So we'll go ahead and pass. Standby phase, they can get back Treeborn, and they add their 3rd Caius to their hand. But then we've played through all 3 Caius, and all we have to play through is this last Plague, which, to be fair, is going to be a little bit difficult to do. But their position's actually really awkward. Like, if they just sack for Caius, they might have to defensively... summon the Plague here. Because if we top deck a big dragon monster, he just dies on the spot. And that's part of the reason why this deck is so threatening once you get Totem Engrave and your opponent's at low life points. You get your opponent low enough, eventually your top decks are going to give you that last 2,000 points of damage or whatever. Alright, top deck is Masked Dragon. Not quite good enough, unfortunately. Little awkward in that next turn they can make a level 5 Synchro, aka Catastor. So what do we do? If we attack with Masked Dragon, then it makes it so all further. You know what? I think it's actually right to attack because it makes it so that all further Red Eyes Darkness Metal Dragon is attack for game over Catastor if that's what they make. And if they don't make Catastor, then they're just walling up with Treeborn Frog, which is fine too. Like, we don't mind that at all, actually. And if they set back row, like, they're forced to use the back row because then their Treeborn stops coming back. Yeah, so they can make Catastor, they can out the Masked Dragon, but it gives us more top decks that kill the opponent, and it also forces their Plague activation now, as opposed to, like, letting them have the Plague resource for longer. Okay, so it looks like they're going to activate it now. That's fine. They are at 4 darks, so Dark Armed is now a dead card, which is really important. And here comes the Catastor that we talked about. This is exactly what I wanted to happen here. I wanted them to make Catastor and then be dead to, like, whatever top deck, Red Eyes top deck. This is going to kill our Masked Dragon, which is fine. And then we top deck Space Typhoon. That's a little tough, but do what you can, I suppose. We got ourselves to a position where we could potentially top deck out of a lost position, I think. And that's as much as you can ask for, really. Unfortunately, we are dead in 3 turns, so we need to find something, like, now. If they set a back row, I am going to not Typhoon it. Draw a Solemn. That's pretty bad. Alright. Gotta set that and pass. Unfortunate. Can't really Solemn anything before the battle phase, so just kind of have to hope he only attacks with ally and we just get another top deck next turn. If he summons another monster and swings, then we lose. He's probably thinking about whether or not he should try to play into a Mirror Force or not. And if I'm him, I'm playing into it every single time. It says, oh boy, I don't want to give you another turn. Yeah, he's figuring it out now. But at this point, Red Med isn't even lethal because he has the Treeborn Frog as a blocker. So he's fine. If he just summons another monster and attacks here, he wins. And it's only Mirror Force that punishes him. Torrential's already gone. So if I'm him, I'm taking this risk every single time. He doesn't. Hopefully he gets punished. Hopefully. Alas, he does not. That's tough. Alright, well. Wyvern gives us a blocker. And we can pass. Tricky situation to be in. Not a good one for sure. Not a good one for sure. I'm going to have to Solemn any monster, more or less. Which I don't like to do. Because then it makes the Treeborn Frog at 2-turn clock. Just funny. Here comes Cyber Dragon. Okay, that's going to get Solemned. Because we have to. And it's really unfortunate because if he left the Cyber Dragon in play and we were able to, you know, maybe stunt something, we could even make a Chimera attack with his 2 monsters. Main phase 2, he's going to maybe set a back row. We have Typhoon for that. Basically need to top deck. Typhoon that one. It was the Torrential. Oh my god. That's crazy. There's Special Summon Totem Dragon. And then I will tribute that Yamato Dragon and pass. That's crazy. That's actually crazy. Can't bring back the Treeborn because he set a bluff, ideally. And he can't get over the Yamato Dragon with something like Caius because all 3 of them are gone, as well as the Plague. He'll need a Black Rose. Oh my god. Is he actually messing up? Oh my god. All he had to do was Black Rose. He has a plant in his graveyard. Oh my god. Oh my god, what a throw. He had lethal. He had lethal. All he has to do is make Black Rose and banish the tomato. All he had to do was, oh my god, what a throw. Oh my god, what a throw. Not on set, monsters. You take 900. Yeah, that's an insane throw. All he had to do was make Black Rose and banish tomato. Oh my god. That's insanely unlucky for him. That's super unlucky. All you had to do was Black Rose and switch. Huge throw from Blab. Huge throw. That's insane. That's crazy. Maybe he thought Catastrophe triggered, but even if you do, like, Black Rose and switch is better. Because what if this is set red med? You know what I mean? Like, you don't know that. I could have set red med to play around bottomless trap hole. Black Rose has 2 effects. Yeah. 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 Yeah, big miss. I'm letting him know. I'm letting him know to get in his head. Now he's tilted. Now he's going to lose this game for sure. Because that's just how it goes. This guy goes back to my hand, but now we have everything we need. Trap dash. How unlucky. He misses on trap dust shoot too. Yeah. At least wait till my draw phase. You will get Yamada at the very least. Oh my god. I knew I was getting in his head. Tilt into double misplay. Oh my gosh. Okay, my body as a shield, obviously not ideal, but we're not even out of the woods yet. That's crazy. That's fucking crazy. Alright, we're gonna double Gold Sark here. We're just gonna grab double Red Med. We don't want to draw these, but if we draw any of our other dragons, we're pretty happy with this. I'm gonna set 4. No, I'm just gonna set... Yeah, I'm gonna set 4, because there's no reason not to. Pass the turn. He can switch a monster, poke with another monster, force our D prison, and then force the mirror force the following turn. But we have at least 2 turns here. So, there's that. Yeah, there's a couple different ways he could play around this. Leaving Krebens in attack position too is actually really dangerous. He should have obviously synchroed into like Ancient Fairy or something main phase 2 as well. Because if I attack this, he can't actually pay 800 to negate the attack. Like, he would just die. If I top decked a monster there, I would have killed him. So using the trap dust shoot there was another throw for sure. Yeah, that was not ideal from him. For sure. It says, did I overlook a Starlight Road? No, you didn't. But at least this kills both your monsters, which my back row would have done anyway. Did he top deck a monster? He did. Alright. Alright. Well, you really wanted to lose that one. Oh, man, that's funny. I don't mind losing that game because we should have lost that game anyway. And also, what the fuck is this Black Rose Dragon art, man? Use the other art, please. Jesus Christ. Why is it bugged? Why is it lagging? Yeah. Unfortunately, we didn't top deck. So, there's that. Alright. What are we doing against this deck? Post board. I like Skill Drain. I think it's pretty good here. I think Light and Darkness can be good if they don't find their 1 Treeborn. And then... yeah, we could bring in these guys if we wanted to, but I don't think we really need to all that much. Mind Crush could be okay too. They have Gold Sark. Return is also not bad because they were Kaiusing the shit out of us. Pulling the rug for Kaius isn't bad either. So these 5 cards look okay. I think the cards that I want to cut are like, my body as a shield doesn't look that great. I think D Prison doesn't look that special or that spectacular, neither does Bottomless. Because they are going to be the ones getting attacked, ideally. in all of our situations. Also, Mirror Force doesn't look that good. Heavy Storm, Space Typhoon. We're going to get wind blasted a lot, unfortunately. I'm also going to cut a Gold Sark. I think this is better for us. How does this look? Are we too defense light? I don't think so. We have oppression for the stuff that matters, I guess. Do we want something like knock? Like, are we going to be that aggressive to the point where we're knocking stuff like Mystic Tomato and whatnot? I think so, actually. I think knock is pretty good here. We'll maybe bring that in over the Debris Dragon. This looks better, I think. Yamada Dragon might be pretty hard to resolve in this matchup, actually. So instead of Yamada Dragon, I might keep the Debris. Either that or I'll keep a trap card. Maybe I'll keep Deep Prison. I don't know. I feel like we're going to be the ones attacking him most of the time. Maybe Skill Drain isn't good either. The only reason I want Skill Drain is because it can negate Bryonic and Dark Armed, which are like fucking annoying cards. But like maybe it's better to just remove them with like Bottomless. And then not negate our Yamada Dragon. Deep Prison could also be good. Deep Prison would have been good that game, actually. It's kind of annoying that we didn't have it. Let's do Deep Prison over Gold Sark. I generally speaking don't like Gold Sark in post-board games because your opponent just has a higher density of good cards against you. So you need to have a high density of good cards against them as well. That brain control really fucked us turn one because I think our Drago would have gone the distance. This game, I am going to summon Drago set 4. I just hope it's good enough. We have Book to protect the Drago. And we have Starlight Road to protect us from Heavy Storm. So I think we're actually like in an okay spot now. This is like where you want to be against this deck. That's fine. No Dust Shoot this time. Okay, cool. Hopefully this just works out. And if not, oh well. It was really unfortunate. There was a lot of like really awkward circumstances in the last game. Like him top decking the third Caius. Him like, you know, finding specific cards that he really needed off the top, like whatever. And then him being able to like just buy the time thanks to that Treeborn Frog to survive until he got his Caiuses and whatnot against our Prime Material. Okay, we don't need to attack with Drago. Well, maybe it's okay too. If we attack with it and he has Wind Blast, that's okay. Yeah, let's just attack with it. Fuck it. He's going to Deep Prison. I will Book. I think that's fine. We could set return here. I am going to. And then I'm going to pass. If he has Evil Guy Caius, then he 2-for-2s our Drago and our Bottomless, which I'm okay with, I guess, because the Drago also gets banished for return, which can help us go for an OTK turn. Looks like he did not have that play, so we're going to flip summon Drago. He's going to Bottomless. We are going to Book again. And then we are going to pass again. Ideally, he still has nothing to get over the Drago, but things are starting to look more and more slim for us. We've been able to play through 2 of the more annoying back rows, but maybe we shouldn't have, you know? Maybe we shouldn't have because return could have been good. I just want to keep the Drago around as long as possible because it's very annoying for this deck to deal with. Tomato doesn't run over it, and I know his list doesn't play. There's a certain card that it doesn't play, so not gonna get into what that card is, but he's asking me the defense stat. Tell him it's 1600. He's gonna pass the turn. All right, Bottomless is an okay draw. I'm gonna keep it in hand though. So we're gonna flip Drago. We're gonna attack Krebons. He's gonna pay 8. Feel great, and then reveal the Wyvern in the end phase and pass. Unfortunately, we don't have either of our books to deal with this Krebons, but at least we're getting some damage in. And he can't special summon Lighter Darks, so could be worse. Could be worse. Caius here, again, annoying, but what can you do, right? What can you do? Just have to Bottomless the Caius when it comes down. There it is. This is going to target the Drago. We are going to chain Bottomless and lose our Drago, unfortunately, but At least our return is now live. If he doesn't set anything, he's telegraphing Gores. Yeah. Oh my god, what a top deck. Such a good top deck. Actually sacked. That's like the best possible for us. End phase. We reveal Wyvern again. Another day, another Drago. Of course. And now we are in the exact same position as before, but they no longer have Krebins in play, which is just excellent. This card is super good against all the dark decks. Alright, he has brain control. Well, we did what we could. Did what we could. Puts him to 4,500. I'm actually going to deprison this. Yeah, I'm going to deprison this. Because I want to set up for our return. I think we can have a turn. If he just passes, like, return kills him. Straight up. And if he sets a back row, we can... Yeah, he's dead now. So we can just go Wyvern and then flip return. And he dies. That should be game, right? Let me do the math real quick. Yep. Super game. Nice Gores. Owned. That was you should have read return there because why would I deprison the Drago? Why would I spend a back row to save 1900 life? Why would I do that? Obviously you should have read return and played a card. So that was definitely on him for messing that one up. But you know what? That's fine. That's how we get wins with our new tech cards. In the post-board game going second, do we like things like Cyber Dragon? Do we like things like that sort of stuff instead of Totem Dragon? Is that better than what we're doing right now? I don't know. Book of Moon was great. I really wish I was playing 3. I used to play 3 in this deck just because it's so important to like have it plus other stuff to deflect your opponent's like annoying spells, like Brain Control, obviously. But I think just the 2 is fine. I think Heavy Storm looked kind of lackluster there. But you kind of got to have it, right? Maybe you don't. Maybe we don't need Heavy Storm. Maybe we do need Skill Drain going second. Or like my body. My body doesn't protect against Caius, which is annoying. So there's that. It could be a random Cyber Dragon. Like, that's not even that bad, right? Fuck. Honestly, deck's perfect. Let's just run it. Let's just run it. There's a situation I've been thinking about a lot, and it's when the opponent special summons Evil Guy, do you Mind Crush naming Caius the Shadow Monarch? That's the real question. Do you do that? Here's Rhoda for Stratos. Again, I know his list, and I want to comment on it, but I'm not going to do it in the video because I don't want to leak too much information about it. But this is a solid start from any deck that's looking to start Stratos. This can find a Malicious or Evil Guy, both of which are shut off by our Drago, so we take those. However, if he has Wind Blast with his Stratos, it can be very difficult for us. I think this game is going to be a little bit harder. We've opened a lot of our like late game payoff cards with none of the ways to set it up. So it's a little awkward. I actually want to try a third list of this deck that plays Mausoleum of the Emperor. Because I think Mausoleum with Light and Darkness Dragon and Yamato Dragon is like really disgusting. Like really, really disgusting. I think it's like so good that it can fuck people up like pretty bad. Alright. Sets 2 and passes. I'm assuming. We drew Totem Dragon. What a good draw, actually. This Dust Shoot is still going to be pretty good. It's going to take whatever the opponent fears most, but Totem Dragon's a great draw. He's taking Drago. I mean, shit, alright. That means he has Wind Blast. That means he for sure has Wind Blast. Which, okay, you know. We'll T-set and we'll pass. No Wind Blast, wow. Interesting. That's something. Huh. He could Caius the totem, in which case we should have maybe anticipated that and set return. Because now we're taking 4,800 if we didn't set the return. But either way, we're going to go really fucking low because of the return, so that's just something we have to consider. I'm going to shuffle because I don't know if I shuffled from Dust Shoot or not. I don't remember. If he just attacks, which one of these do we want to summon? Probably Yamada Dragon first because we have Book. But then it's really awkward because then he can just Caius that, so. He's going to Typhoon the back row. Okay, so he had Typhoon anyway, so that's fine. If this is Caius, it's not, it's Diva. Okay, so he can Goyo take the totem, which is worst case scenario actually for us. Damn, that really sucks. But what can you do? Getting Stratos Dust Shooted into Diva Summon is really bad. If this was a Phoenix Wing Wind Blast, we would lose this game immediately. That's like the, what is it, 3-card, 4-card OTK where it's like Stratos Dust Shoot Diva and Wind Blast. It's like a 4-card, just like you can't win the game. I don't know what he's thinking about. Just fucking make the thing. I guess you can make Bryonic and pitch Malicious. That's also a consideration. It's not a bad play either, because that puts us on a 2-turn clock, and we have to find an out to Bryonic, which we won't do, because there's none in our deck besides like Red Med specifically. And if he has any other back row, then he can defend this. He should actually make Colossal Fighter, because one of the few ways we can out this board is by top decking Red Med. So if we top deck Red Med, we go Totem, Banish for Red Med, attack over Bryonic, and then his Colossal Fighter kills us on the way back. So that's why he should make Colossal Fighter here. And he also knows our whole hand, so that's another reason to want to make Colossal Fighter instead of making whatever. Or Dark End. Dark End also works. Stardust is not the right play unless you have back row. If you have back row, then sure. But if you don't have back row, then Stardust is the worst card you could make here. You know my hand, so there's that. And then on top of that, like you... Okay, so he does have a back row. He has 2 back rows. Okay, we're dead this game. There's nothing we can do. Just kidding. Just kidding. Just kidding. Brain control the fucking Bryonic. Oh, he has Solemn too. Solemn. Stratos. Cries. GG's. GG's, Blab. That was tough. That was tough. Oh, man, that was tough. All right, we're going to switch over to the other deck. But I'm actually going to add a Mausoleum because I was thinking about it. Why is it not? Oh, I'm spelling it wrong. I mixed up the words. There we go. Fucking Mausoleum. And then we're going to cut another card from this. Probably Royal Oppression to the side. Man, if we had drawn Royal Oppression in any of those games, it would have been so nice. Oh, that last game break was so rough. How unfortunate. We saw Return do well, and we saw it do poorly. High variance. Very high variance. A lot of high variance stuff in general here. It's possible we just play 41. Fuck it. Let's just play 41. Or we could cut the debris. I really liked Book of Moon too. Book of Moon was very good for us. Kind of wish we had the 3rd. You know what? Let's just start adding some shit. Let's just start mixing it up a little bit. 2-dimensional Prison, 3 Book of Moon. Fuck yeah. Alright, let's start cutting some random shit. We don't need 3 Mass Dragons. We don't need Debris Dragon. And I don't think we want to main the 2nd Oppression. I think we want it in the side. So we are going to cut one of our cards from the side. We're going to cut Return. I think it's a little too high variance. I liked it a lot, that one game, but the second game, having it dead in the opener is just like, you can't really afford to have that many bricks dead in the opener, unfortunately. It was worse because he dust shooted us, obviously, but, you know, what can you do? We got a game against Yun Fay Lang. I'm not sure I'm pronouncing your name correctly, but good luck, have fun. I'm going to pick Scissors twice. I have a feeling he's picking paper this time. If he picks rock, I'm punching my monitor. Fuck. No, I'm just kidding. I didn't punch it. I'm just playing. I don't condone physical violence on computer parts on this channel. Opening hand is actually pretty solid. I mean, we've got Mausoleum into White Knight. Like, what can you ask for besides that? And we've got defense too. So White Knight's also nice because it can send the Mausoleum to redirect attacks, which is pretty cool. Black Whirlwind. Okay, that's something that can happen. This can search for Gale or Blizzard. Probably going to search for Gale. That's the better card to have here, I think. Actually, Blizzard might be better. Who knows? I think Blizzard's worse if you don't have a 4-star. But maybe they already have Gale, so what do I know? There it is. And it looks like they are going to make Armed Wing turn 1. I don't understand this, but that's fine. We are going to think. If we Mausoleum into White Knight and they have another Kalut, it's really annoying. But otherwise, that plays around Icarus. I think we just have to take the risk. We have some defense to keep our life total high. So I think we're going to take the risk. Normal summon White Knight Dragon. And then I'm going to attack the Armed Wing. If they have another Kalut, I mean they have another Kalut. There's nothing we can do. Alright, well. There's that. We could have booked over this, but I'm never making that play. I'd rather just save the book. And then pass. Really unfortunate. Really unfortunate circumstances. Yeah, because if we book, they can... Well, I guess they can't Icarus, because... Here's Blizzard. R1-2. Of course, they didn't draw the value. That's annoying. Sure. You can bring back Gale. That's fine. I don't know why you wouldn't target Kalut here, but whatever. That's fine. They're going to Icarus attack. Target both back rows. We are going to book the Blizzard. Gonna say 23. I think we maybe had to book the Armed Wing to play around second Kalut. But that's just that, I suppose. Let's go Exploder, attack over the set Blizzard. Another hand is Vayu, and this guy, they're gonna book the Exploder. Sure. I'll set Torrential and pass. We're fucking dead. If they have Kalut, we're dead. They don't even have to summon something. If they summon another monster, then that's okay. What are they doing? They're synchroning into Stardust? Okay. That's fine, though. Huh. Okay, now we're dead. Right? No, we're not. That's also fine. Do they have a second Vayu? They do. Okay, so they have 2 Vayus in hand. Interesting. And they are going to synchro here. There's Android. That's fine. This is going to activate. They would have to declare Stardust there in tournaments, but I'm assuming they are. Yep. Hopefully we top deck Red Med. Prime Mat. Not going to do it, unfortunately. What's crazy is we've played 4 games with this deck, and we haven't seen a Red Med or a Future Fusion in 4 games, which is really, really, really unlucky. But that's fine. What do we got for this? I mean, hopefully we don't go second against fuck-ass Black Whirlwind again. But we got Trap Dust Shoot, or not Trap Dust Shoot, Trap Hole. We're going to side out Trap Dust Shoot. We're going to side in our Dust Tornadoes, specifically for that one card. We're going to side in the Drago. We are going to side out our Light and Darkness Dragon, as well as the Mausoleum. As well as, I believe, Brain Control gets sided out in this matchup, if I remember correctly. Mind Crush is actually pretty good. because it can hit all copies of Kalut. So we might want that over something like maybe Call of the Haunted. Yeah, definitely. And then Soul Taker is interesting too. I actually don't hate Soul Taker. As just a little way to clear something and then be able to play into Icarus. So we're going to do Soul Taker over a Gold Sark. And how does this look? We might want to keep a Light and Darkness in. Or we might want to keep a Dust Shoot in on the play. Pulling the Rug can also hit Blizzard, which is not bad. I think we Pulling the Rug for Blizzard. Well, they can chain block, but yeah, they can actually chain block. It could be Skill Drain too. No, I don't know. Skill Drain's not bad. It negates Sirocco and negates Gale. Huh. There's some interest for Skill Drain, I think. There's some interest for Pulling the Rug and Skill Drain. I think I'm going to put in Pulling the Rug. I think it's legit. I think it's legit. I don't know if it's going to be like an MVP, but if we draw it in the right moment, it's going to be very good. Like here, I don't think it's that exceptional, but yeah, I think it's fine. Okay, so we summon Drago, we set Bottomless. End phase, we reveal Wyvern because it's the most likely to get played. This hand should be good enough to just beat this deck because we just clip every summon. There is Bottomless on the Sirocco. Hopefully they don't have my body. They don't. Okay, cool. And then we can swing with the Drago and hopefully just pressure them to death. Attack for 19. They might have Icarus attack. They have Deep Prison. Okay. That's okay. We set Bottomless and we pass. If they summon something weaker than Bottomless, we can run it over with Wyvern. If they summon something stronger than Bottomless, we can Bottomless and play around Icarus. Okay, so that's weaker, but it's actually pretty bad for us if they have Icarus now. At least they're Icarusing a Wyvern, and we have the Drago. So I'll try to run this over now. If they have Kalut, that's annoying. They're going to Icarus both. That's fine. I'll set Deep Prison, and I'll pass. This is one of those, like, I think, trickier matchups. Space Typhoon is pretty good, too. Let's blind space this one. It's another Deep Prison. Okay, cool. Let's normal Drago. See if they have anything. Nothing. We'll go ahead and attack. End phase, we will reveal the White Knight Dragon and pass. End phase Dust. Do they have another Sirocco? That'd be really fucking annoying. Okay. I mean, there's only so much you can do, right? There's only so much you can do. All right. Dust Tornado, not bad. I'm going to set both. Maybe we can bait an Icarus. Okay, there's the Icarus. Now we just need to top and out for the Armed Wing. But we don't have a lot of those. They're playing Rhoda. So it looks like they are playing Greffer too. Dang, this has been a tough video. Opponents just had everything. The first game we maybe could have played the book. Even sided poorly. Fucking shit, man. That's so tough. Punished for boarding in the Pulling the Rug. I'm not sure what it would have been anyways. I'm not sure it would have been something to stop the Sirocco. Maybe a Gold Sark. That's just tough. Deck not functioning. We haven't seen Red Med in 4 million games, and we're just pretty much dead here. He attacks with the Greffer. We take 17, and then we can book the Armed Wing, and we can hope to top deck the third Drago, or we just lose. Wow, he's actually going to give us a chance. All right, well, we have to book that to stay at a reasonable life total. Sets another card. Top deck's Mind Crash. All right, GG's. GG's. That was whack. That was a frustrating game. We're going to get another one with this list. That was just very frustrating. Unfortunately, like, the issue with this deck is that it's very clunky like that in some situations. And if your opponent has whatever, says, oh, hey, love your channel. Appreciate that. Smiley face. Where was I going with this? If you draw those, like, situational cards that are in the sideboard, whole reason why you got back into Yu-Gi-Oh! Edison format. Glad to hear that. Cheers, bro. Okay, yeah, situational cards. Mind Crush, right? Situational. Pulling the Rug, situational. What else is situational? Just those two cards that we happen to break on. And then we also breaked on one of the cards that's, like, hard to summon. And we drew this card, like, multiple games without drawing, like, the payoff, which is Red Med. And if you don't draw Red Med with this deck, it's kind of like a very, very underpowered vanilla beat deck. Without Red Med or without Future Fusion, which we haven't drawn in 5 games, which is kind of insane, then you're kind of just in like a bad, you're in a bad way, more or less. In some cases, like, you could make an argument for, like, cutting certain cards. Like, you can cut this, maybe cut one of these and play, like, 3 Upstart. You know, you could do something like this just to see it slightly more consistently. Because if you don't see them, like, your deck just doesn't function. Where's the brain control? Is there no brain control in this list? Oh, there it is. It's there. I just missed it. Okay, hold up. Yeah, you could make an argument for playing Upstarts in this. I mean, a lot of the lists that we've seen have success with this do play the 3 Upstart Goblins. The life points do matter because you are playing a very, not slow aggro deck, but like an aggro deck that... I'm losing my train of thought. Wait, cut this guy. We want Light and Darkness. Yeah, this is the one we want. You're playing this type of, like, weird aggro through trap cards and then hopefully land a beater on a low resource situation. But if you don't find the beater, like, you can't really win. And then, of course, you saw the game we almost won against Blab when he was, like, really trying to lose. Where was I going? If we had been giving him life points, then we wouldn't have been in a position to threaten lethal at any point that game. So I think that it's a little bit awkward to give your opponents life points with this deck. And that's kind of the reason why I think this deck sees a little bit less play now. There's definitely some upsides. Like, Yamada Dragon is insane. A lot of these cards are really good. But just, you saw in those games why it can be awkward. We're going to try to get another game. I'm going to adjust the list a little bit. We're going to go ahead and cut Skill Drain. I don't see myself ever bringing that in except against Quick Draw, which we have the 2 oppressions for anyway. And then I'm going to cut Pulling the Rug. I don't like that card. I'm also going to cut maybe Knock. I'm thinking about cutting Knock. I want more proactive stuff. I actually want another Soul Taker. I think this card is going to be good. If we're giving life points with Upstart Goblin, we might as well be giving it with Soul Taker too. You know what I mean? Like, fuck it. Have all the life points you need. And then I think I want another way to remove a monster. I think I want a 3rd dimensional prison. I think this is what I want. I just want to play as many 1-for-1s to get to that low resource situation where Red Mat is so good. Yeah, I think this is what I want to be doing. I could be wrong, but this looks like the right approach. We might also want the 3rd Drago in the main, but with this list, you know what? Let's just adjust. Let's just pivot, adjust. We're gonna go 3rd Masked Dragon. We're gonna cut the Wind Blast. We're gonna main the 3rd Drago, and then we're gonna run it like this, and we're gonna side I don't know, my body as a shield, just as a way to get to that low resource situation. Again, just want to negate things, get to a low resource situation, and then stick a beater. This may be pretty monster heavy, but the monsters are good. Like, we're playing the best monsters, so hopefully that works. Also, I think Light and Darkness Dragon gets a lot better when you're playing more monsters, because when it dies, it has a higher chance of having a monster in grave, and there's less of a chance that you have spell and trap cards that you want to awkwardly set behind Light and Darkness Dragon, basically. All right, we got a game against Thunder King. We're going to good luck, have fun, Thunder King, give him the rock, and go first. Maybe this build is optimal. I wanted to try out a few of those tech cards, the Wind Blast and stuff. We didn't get to see the synergies. We didn't get to see the combos, and unfortunately, I'm going to have to go back to the regular list in order to actually start winning some games. We've drawn White Knight Dragon yet again with no Red Med yet again. But I think we are going to be in an okay spot here because we have Gold Sark early and we've got the Drago. So I'm going to set bottomless. End phase, we will reveal Totem Dragon because it's the most likely to be played next. All right. If the Drago can stall us out 2 turns or buy us a little bit of time with these trap cards, we can get the Future Fusion. And then Future Fusion will win us the game. I kind of like this game plan a little bit more, which is just like survive. And then Future Fusion will pull you very far ahead once your opponent spent some of their resources into your trap cards. That to me feels like a better use of our time. So Lone Fire Blossom activation is good. We are going to bottomless the Titanial when it comes out. Unless they've drawn Titanial, in which case, good stuff. Yeah. Lone Fire, Titanial, ideally, and that's going to walk right into bottomless. Hopefully they don't have Book. That'd be annoying. They might have Book. They don't. Good shit. Nice. Looks like the Drago's going to attack for 1900 points of damage. That worked out well. Oh shit, what is this? Quick draw defensively. Why? Why? I guess to get the Treeborn Frog in the grave? So this is what I'm predicting. Treeborn Frog in the grave. We attack with Drago over the Synchron. They have Caius in hand. We don't summon the other Drago. The reason we don't summon the other Drago is because, first off, we want them to target our Drago with the Caius. If they go for a Caius and we have 2 Dragos in a back row, they're just going to target the back row. If we go for just 1 Drago, they're going to target the Drago for sure. Do you get what I'm saying? You get what I'm saying here? You guys kind of understand? There's also a good chance they don't target the Drago this turn because they want to play around certain things. Okay, they're going to charge first. That's fine. Looks like he is playing the card that's on his avatar, which is volcanic stuff, as well as Phoenix Wing Wind Blast. We got to be careful about those cards because those cards can give this deck a problem. He's going to search for Raikou. We've got to be really careful about this. We want to be in the prime material zone. Treeborn Frog has been giving our deck a lot of trouble. Maybe I should be playing a way to get rid of that. Okay, there's Raikou. Standby phase, we are going to get the Future Fusion. Can't activate it because Drago's in play. I am going to Upstart Goblin to draw a card. And they're going to gain 1,000. We found Gold Sark. Okay, Gold Sark's interesting. What do we want a Gold Sark for? That's a good question. Alright, so right now we have some options. I think it's normal summon nothing. Normal summon nothing. I think it's just Drago attack the set Raikou. Yeah, I think this is the plan. If they pop the Drago, then we can Future Fusion. If they pop the back row, then that's fine. At least we trade 1 for 1 with the Raikou. They milled their Heavy Storm. That's good. We can Gold Sark now for... I think we want a Gold Sark for Brain Control. And then I think we actually want to set the Drago. Because if he has Caius, he goes Caius, banish the Drago, attack over this Drago. We have Totem White Knight plus Future Fusion next turn. And this incentivizes him to go for Caius. Because he knows about Totem Dragon. Oh, I have to reveal. I'm going to reveal Totem Dragon at the end phase again. Oh, I should have revealed White Knight. That was actually stupid. That was really stupid. I just kind of threw away my play. But the idea is he knows we're playing this kind of stuff. So he's going to Caius the set monster. Yeah, exactly. Cool. Okay, so we baited him into doing that. And then that's fine. Like, we don't mind that. Because Totem can get us White Knight, which is everything we ever dreamed of and more. Oh, even better. Even better. Even better. Okay, so what has he got? He's got Treeborn. He's got the Blaze Accelerators. He hasn't found Shell. It's very likely he has Shell or Blaze in hand. So first things first, we're going to activate Future Fusion. Future Fusion is going to reveal Five-Headed Dragon, of course. We're going to reveal the classic TCG art. We're going to send the Wyverns. At least 2 of these. We are going to send the second Totem Dragon. Let's go ahead and send... Now, we could send Prime Material and a Red Eyes, or we could send Prime Material and a Wyvern. I think if we send Wyvern Red Eyes, it's like decent. Because we can go... Yeah, Wyvern Red Eyes is decent. Because we can go Totem Banish for Red Eyes main 1 here. And then bring out Drago, which I think is good. So we can go Totem Banish for Red Eyes. Activate the effect. See if they have a DD Crow. If they don't, then we can go for the Drago. Even if they Blaze, pop our Red Eyes, we can bring it back with Wyvern. And I think this is the best position for us because it plays around Gores. So Red Eyes Darkness Metal attacks here for 400, and then Drago attacks directly for 1900. It is a little bit unfortunate they're 1,000 higher, but I think we can still threaten... No, we can't threaten lethal next turn, unfortunately. Yeah, the Upstart Goblin life points are actually fucking mattering here, which is really annoying, but... I think we sequenced correctly to bait the Caius. That was basically what I wanted to do last turn. Was bait the Caius by setting the Drago. This turn, they can bring back Treeborn. Unfortunately, even with Red Eyes in play, we can't threaten lethal. Because they're at 68, 67. Okay, here's Rocket. This is going to be able to search for the Blaze Accelerator. Which is fine. That is fine. They can pop this guy. They can pay 500. Maybe they're going to give us that life points that we gave them anyway. But, man, I wish they were lower. Shell pops the Drago, and that's fine. They also don't have to pop the Drago to play around Totem White Knight. But I feel like they should, because now we can just run over the whatever guy. Oh, that's really big. That's really big. So we're going to attack Treeborn Frog here, actually. And then I'm going to end phase sacrifice the Drago because I don't want to. And then, yeah, I'm going to activate a Wyvern. And basically force him to time walk himself by using the Blaze Accelerator. He can't bring back Treeborn. He might have access to Caius, but if he Caiuses the Red Med, then we get 5-headed next turn. And Totem Dragon. So he's going to pay 500 for Shell. He should have done that last turn. So he didn't draw into it, like to deck then. I don't know why he didn't do it this last turn, but hey, here we are. Just really wanted to draw his shells. He's going to set a monster, then he's going to switch Rocket to defense and Blaze activate, most likely. What? That doesn't make any fucking sense. Why would you not pop the Red Eyes? Do you have like fucking Torrential Tribute or something? Even then, like, why would you not pop this? That's gotta be like Mirror Force or whatever. Huh. In that case, we should just start building up our board, I suppose. I think we switch Red Eyes to defense. Attack over the Rocket with 5-head. Here. And then main phase 2 will activate Red Eyes. And bring back Drago, I think. Well, it's either Drago. Yeah, it's gotta be Drago, right? Bring back Drago. Then M-Phase will reveal the White Knight. I'm not setting Call of the Haunted because that could be a fucking Heavy Storm or something. I don't want to get 2 for 1 into Heavy Storm, basically. I'm just going to try to play this advantage game against them. It's fucking weird they didn't Blaze Pop the Red Eye. I don't know why you wouldn't do that. Like, why would you not do that? I don't fully understand the logic behind that. Maybe they needed to buffer their life points by setting the shell. Maybe their hand's just a bunch of bricks. I don't get it. I don't understand. Because you can pop and you can even search the 3rd shell. So you'll always have something to set, and you might as well pop the red eyes, because now I just got a free card, and I just don't get it. I don't understand. I think that's just a straight up mistake from the opponent. Unless they have a reason we want these dragons in play, like main deck Electrobias or something. I just don't. I can't think of anything. What could it be? Why would our opponent make that play? We still have 2 Wyverns in grave. We have a lot of resources to play with. The opponent has more set monsters, which we're pretty okay with. Here's the Blaze Accelerator finally being active. I mean, you gave us the free Drago. I mean, now we don't even have to swing the 5-head into Mirror Force if we don't want to. We can, though. So this card didn't get flipped, which leads me to believe it's Raikou, I think. Either that or this is Raikou. Or both are Raikou. They could both be Raikou. I think we're good to swing both, though, because we have Book for 5-head. And then... yeah, so we'll attack with 5-head first into the first set. I think this is least likely to be Raikou. Okay, it is Raikou. They're going to pop 5-headed dragon. That's okay, though. We got our value out of that guy. Got a lot of value out of that guy. We'll attack the set monster with Drago. His Dandelion, they're going to get 2 tokens. Interesting. Alright. Well, let's set Book. I don't really want to set 2 into Heavy Storm. Oh, Heavy Storm's in the grave. I'm so bad. I'm so bad. I forgot they milled it. I knew there was a reason I didn't care about Heavy Storm. Fuck, I was so tilted by their use of Volcanic Shell and stuff that I'm going to force them to out the Drago. I'm going to force them to spend a card on it. I don't need to let it go to the grave to use one of my Wyverns quite yet. The opponent's in such a bad position that, like, they even have to spend cards on our worst card, which is great for us. Future Fusion is so fucking insane. Look how much value it got us. We still have 3 cards we can get out of it. And then the Red Eyes can get us further cards, so it's potential 5 cards. And then it also got us the 5-headed dragon. So it got us like 6 cards for 1 card. It's so broken. And then on top of that, it got us this Wyvern, which is 7 cards. There's Debris Dragon. That's going to target the Dandy. Okay, think on Dandy summon. You know what? This is fine. This is fine. If they want to Black Rose, it's okay. If they want to Black Rose us, then they're losing both their cards too. And if they want to make Stardust, like, be my fucking guest. Our whole deck beats Stardust. Exactly. So, yeah, I don't care about this too much. That's fine. They're going to pass. Okay. That's cool. That's cool. Alright. Battle phase. Attack a token. Just start clearing some of these tokens out of the way. Set Trap Dust Shoot. Pass turn. Reveal White Knight. They're playing this game really conservatively for someone who hasn't resolved an Avarice yet. If they Avarice here, that turns on our Dust Shoot, which is very nice. Man. They are going to attack. All right. You did it. You outed the Drago. Good job. Good job. More back row. Okay. Interesting. All right. Well, Typhoon can at least force the Stardust at some point if we need to. Here we're going to activate Totem Dragon. I think this is the play for sure. Totem's going to get summoned. We're going to go to the main phase. Now, we have a few options. Based off of their trap lineup, they still have Mirror Force Torrential. So I'm going to sack this for the Yamada Dragon and see if they have an out to this. They must have something, right? Normally these decks don't play Solemn Judgment because you need the life points to pay for Shell. And you can get too low if you have to Solemn early. Okay, they're going to let that happen. We are going to set our Space Typhoon and attack Stardust Dragon. On battle, Phoenix Wing Wind Blast. Pitching Shell, target Yamada Dragon. Sure. Now here we can call Red Med if we want to. And I think we do want to. Alright. It's going to bring back our Red Eyes. They can Karma Cut on the summon. Thankfully for us though, Karma Cut has to target a face-up monster. We could book our Red Eyes here. And I think we have to, in order to protect the one that's in our grave. This also keeps Call of the Haunted in play, which I don't know if that's going to come up or not. We've already normaled, so we can't Wyvern back Red Eyes this turn. But we still do have 2 Wyverns in the graveyard to help grind out certain things. And we can get an opportunity to Typhoon the Blaze Accelerator this following turn as well. So they're going to draw. Unfortunately, for us, it's going to be a fucking Kai's the Shadow Monarch. We're going to chain Typhoon, target the Blaze Accelerator. They might let this resolve. Yeah, they do. Okay. Actually, the Typhoon should be banished. I don't know if they should have spent their Kai's here. Because, like, we're just going to bring back Red Eyes now. And they don't have an out. I feel like they should have saved the Kai's. That was probably a bit of a misplay from them. Now they have to top deck. Which... Should we bring back 2 Red Eyes because they have to top deck? Yeah, we should. We should bring back both. Fuck it. Let's see if they can top deck. Treeborn comes back. That is something. Okay, that's also fine. Yeah. Yeah. All right. That went over well. I must say, that went over well. Oh shit. Accidental zoom. We are going to bring out, I believe, White Knight Dragon from the hands. And then we're going to activate this little guy and bring out Drago from the grave. Now, in our battle phase, we can kill everything. Yeah. Attack everything. Oh, I should have summoned this guy too. I'm just throwing. I'll reveal the Yamada Dragon because they know about it, but hey, what can you do? No lights or darks. You got a huge board you got to deal with. Debris Dragon does answer it, but yeah, most likely going to the next game. All right, cool. This matchup looks like a pain in the fucking ass. I'm not going to lie. If the opponent had played that even remotely close to correctly, I think they would have actually won. So we got to be really careful about how we approach this matchup. Mind Crush, interesting. Dust Tornado, interesting. Dust Tornado's not bad. Mind Crush, not bad. Light and Darkness Dragon. Not very good. Nobleman seems good, though. My Body as a Shield seems pretty good. These 4 cards seem pretty good. And then additionally, do we want Royal Oppression? What do they have? Debris and Quick Draw. So yeah, I think we do want Royal Oppression. And maybe Mind Crush, but maybe not. I'm not sure about Mind Crush. I don't like giving the opponent life points. I'm going to side out all Upstart Goblins. This is a longer, grindier matchup, so Goldsark's actually pretty good. Brain Control seemed kind of sus. Did we Goldsark for Brain Control and never added that game? Did he not remind us? Hold up. Wow. I'm going to say you didn't remind me for Goldsark. Should have had Brain the whole game. Salt. That's on me for remembering, though. He says sorry. Yeah, alright. Whatever you say. Don't fucking what's up, Duelist, after you forget to remind me. Don't do that. Cringe. Alright. Bottomless Trap Hole seems kind of bad. Book of Moon. Book of Moon seems important against Karma Cut. Phoenix Wing Windblast is fucking annoying. Starlight Road for Storm and Black Rose, I guess. It's kind of bad if we're porting in Oppression. This looks like we're paying a lot of life points. Maybe it's Brain Control. And we keep Road as a way to protect established boards. Light and Darkness Dragon could also be bad against Blaze's Accelerator. Yeah, because this doesn't stop the Blaze Accelerator if it's already face up. So we can't really afford to bring that guy in. It's just, do we want the third D prison? I don't think so. I think this is good. Yeah. Thankfully we won that game. But if we lost that game because I forgot my Goldsark, I would have just ended the video. I would have been so tilted. Alright, starting off with White Knight Dragon in our hand yet again. Kind of annoying that we've drawn him like almost every single game, but still can't seem to draw it. There we go. First time in 3 matches we drew Red Eyes Darkness Metal. Thank goodness. Whew. Based. Alright, Drago attack. Let's go. You gonna take the damage? Hell yeah. Hell yeah. Do we set Torrential? Yeah, why not? End phase, I'll reveal Mass Dragon because it's most likely to be the next card played. How does this guy work? It's activated. Okay, they have Brain Control. Alright. Why do they always fucking have this shit against me? Oh, that's a bad play. That's a bad play for sure. Yeah, that's not a good play. Unless they just have a bunch of Caiuses. In which case, it's probably fine. Alright. This is looking like a Masked Dragon attack, if I've ever seen one. Just get some damage in. D-Prison. So they have D-Prison, Karma Cut, Phoenix Wing, Wind Blast. Crazy. And they didn't D-Prison the Drago. Huh. Crazy. Maybe I should have gone with Wyvern. I was playing around Bottomless Trap Hole because that's just more likely, especially post-board. Starlight Road is okay. I think at this moment in time, we set Starlight Road and we pass. I want to play Wyvern and then priority Red Eyes into White Knight. Oh, maybe not. Fuck, that is annoying. Yeah, we just have to do it though. We're going to normal Wyvern. They're going to say okay. We're going to banish special and then priority. I'm a special White Knight. At least do this. Go Red Eyes first. Raiko pops the back row. Mill 3. Wow. Can't make this shit up. Very lucky mills from the opponent. We just have to pass. We don't have any other plays except special another red eyes, but that doesn't really get us anywhere. Yep. Raiko. Or not Raiko. Shell's gonna get them another thing. They're 100 life points away from a red med Drago lethal kill, though. So, we are big thonking here. White Knight Dragon plays well against their back rows. Like, all of their back rows target. So, White Knight Dragon seems really good. But, yeah, I don't know. Watch, we're going to top deck knock right now. They're going to Caius one of our dudes, and then we're going to top deck knock. That would be terrible. They might also just Black Rose nuke. That'd be pretty good. Be hard for us to beat. This is a little bit more okay. Because now they have to out the dragon. They can make Nitro and then pump it up and attack over the dragon. Somehow by using a spell. No, they're just going to make drill. Huh. Weird. How does this work? Yeah, okay. We'll take 12. They could be setting up for a big torrential. Yeah, that could be torrential. Might want to play around that if possible. We just know shell from them. Well, that's a great draw. I'm going to play the shit out of that. Chain Karma Cut. Target red eyes. Alright. What does this do? That's just game. Unless they have Crow. That's just game. Because they dropped. So we banish this. Special red eyes. Activate the effect. Special this. This is why I don't like giving people life points. Because then you can actually kill them. When they play like this. GG's. GG's. Alright. That was a good match, I think. I think our opponent played it really questionably. I think our deck is a little bit more tuned than it was at the beginning of the video. Let me pull up that list one more time. I'd probably play something like this if I was going to take this to a tournament. I think just having the upstarts to find the Future Fusion is too important. You saw it in the first game. It found us the Gold Star a turn early. It helped us just find our power cards. And when you have Future Fusion, this deck's fucking insane. You saw the grind potential. It was ridiculous. The Future Fusion gave us like 7 cards worth of value. So I think you definitely need to find Future Fusion ASAP. So probably got to be playing the upstarts. And then also in the sideboard, I think more 1-for-1 spot removal is exactly where this deck wants to be. You want to slow the game down and put the game state to very simplified. Every time the game state was super simplified, we were able to take over with something like even just Drago or Red Eyes or whatever. Every time the game state gets simplified, it's much better for us. If the game state doesn't get simplified, if you have a lot of resources, your opponent has a lot of resources, it's not always very good for you because your actual starters, your openers, Red Eyes Wyvern and Quackimera Drago, are virtually vanilla monsters. They don't Stratos search you cards, they don't get you any value up front. They get you value once the game has like gone down to that little state and you're able to kill stuff with their whatever attacks and stuff. Lucky sack from us top decking Heavy Storm, but it was kind of deserved because he didn't remind us about the brain control. We also got to be better about remembering Gold Sarcophagus. I think that's the first time that's ever happened. I must be like hungover or some shit. In any case, smash like, subscribe. Peace out, everyone.